I feel that.
I mean, the
Only we
roleplay
have
itch
something to
wasn't
roleplay
like
about.
the roleplay itch wasn't scratched through all the text RP.
Let's see here.
Are you not entertained?
Boy.
Play some background music for y'all. And yeah, so I'm guessing you all went to sleep after the events of our text-based roleplay.
Mhm.
And it is now morning time, and people are starting to wake up for parties of this. Or just gonna say Rex is still asleep.
Mhm.
So who wakes up first?
Tori's last as always, so not me.
Tattle wakes up. He's just hanging out in the nest, just looking up at the sky. Doesn't have a shirt on. He just has his hands on his chest, just chilling. Looks over to Tori. He chuckles a little bit, but then he just like goes back and like just looks up and does a little bit of bird watching from just laying on his back. He's just chill.
Hey, no laughing, because Tori is like routinely the last to pass out because she's just playing until like 3 a.m. So
Mhm.
there's a reason that she sleeps in.
Yeah.
Doc is he is like sat kind of near the fire and like a little cooked uh not in a chair, just kind of on the ground near it with his legs, one leg bent and the other one arched, and he's kind of leaning on his knee. He has taken off his coat and he's undone the vest that he has, and he's just sitting there like still he's having just woken up, but he's unusually quiet, just kind of like facing out, staring into the fire.
Weirdly quiet morning.
Because all the drama.
Mhm.
Yeah, what do you fucking what do you want Doc to do about it?
I'll say Dimple ends up waking Zenny up because it is breakfast time and he is big boy. So she's like just like kind of moving his nose away, like, okay, I'm getting up. And gives him a good berry, like, you'll eat up the entire forest if I give you anything or let you go out and hunt. Who knows what you'll find? So begrudgingly, Dimple takes the good berry.
You're gonna turn this poor snake vegetarian.
I mean,
This poor baby.
Yeah, Little Stripes is looking up at Zenny with big old eyes, looking at the berry, looking at Dimple, looking at Zenny, making cute little noises.
oh, you want... She'll look over to Stripes and be like, well, would you like one too? I made 10. And, well, give one to...
I forgot good berry's not one berry.
No, it's like a handful.
Yeah, Stripes is gonna eat whatever you put into his face.
The babies are fed.
Okay, we can relax now. We did a good job.
Yeah.
Doc will look over and he'll look at Stripes. Do you know how big that thing's gonna
Joe, you're cutting in and out really bad.
Yeah, you're
No! How could it be this way?
Except for
Can you hear
you're
me now?
frustrated.
Okay. So Doc will look over to Stripe and he says, "So, do you know how big that thing's going to get?"
Who would he say this to?
What is Stripes again?
The little dragon, right?
I know
pseudo
He's a
dragon.
pseudo dragons. What I was
Or a
looking for.
fairy dragon, whatever.
yeah, a pseudo dragon, but they have like bee aesthetics. Like they have like yellow and black fur, insect wings, and big old eyes.
I'm just a baby.
I'll find the picture and repost it.
Like I remember what they look like. I was just trying to remember if they were a pseudo dragon or a fairy dragon because those have two very different stat blocks when they're grown.
I think it's a pseudo dragon. I think that's what I looked up.
Okay.
Yeah, pseudo is the familiar one. Yeah, it's just tiny sized. Like a house cat sized little guy.
You gotta draw stripes with tattle.
I'm working up to it. Yeah, I'm gonna do a different outfit for him after I finish my current picture.
Who was Doc talking to?
Yeah, who was he talking to? Yeah, that's
He was talking to like most Tattle, because Tattle's like the owner of Stripes.
Oh, yeah,
So
Tattle's
you
in the
hatched
nest.
Stripes.
Tattle's like in the nest, like just laying down. He doesn't even notice.
Oh.
He hears you, but he doesn't even register that you're talking to him.
No, Doc just like at the fact that you didn't immediately respond, and he like knows you're up in the tree. He just kind of awkwardly drums his hand and just goes, "Hi." Right, and he'll awkwardly get up and just kind of stroll about the camp, just mulling about, not really doing anything, but kind of walking with his hands behind his back, or no, not walking, pacing. That's what it is. You know that thing calm people do.
At this point, Tori will kind of start to stir, and you hear the general not super thrilled Tori first wake up noises.
Yeah, Tattle just looks over at her and looks back up into the trees. He's got his eyes on a bird up there.
Well, Doc, he will stroll on over towards Vinny, and he'll hold out his hand for a berry. He doesn't say anything. He just like nods his head towards the berries and hold out his hand and like smiles in a very like obviously put on cocky smile.
She'll hand him one and just give him that, passing people like, hey, smile, but not really.
Yeah. Yeah, nice and awkward.
This all hurts to listen to.
Got good secondhand embarrassment from these two fuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, can I derail us for 2 seconds to go on a mini rant? Okay, so I was putting together that post last night. I had a completely different plan for fucking talking to Zinni other than waking her up and messaging her. But then I was going to actually use the instrument that Arwen gave me that lets me write shit magically. I was going to write that on the fucking flower. And then I was like, oh yeah, like as I finished writing the post, Zinni can't fucking read. That's shit.
Oh
Not
my
very
God.
well. Like those tiny words, she'd be like, okay, So
I literally paused and had to go back and read. I'm like, how much of this was she? She'd get like maybe 25-30% of this probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's not useful. So I
Aye,
had to delete like 3 or 4 paragraphs of shit
Oh no.
and rewrite things.
He should have sent it just for the fact that then he'd be like, oh.
Yeah, it's like
Mandy
next
making
morning.
my life difficult.
You know, it's character extra stuff.
So for those of you following along at home with your bingo card, um, there was a lot of off-screen uh, trading of the helm of telepathy because mind reading. I took a lot of liberties with it. I assume that's okay, DM.
Look, if I had a problem with it, I would have said something. So
Fair enough. But the helm of telepathy was like being used to basically force feed years of people's lives to one another.
trauma.
But yeah, like the direct mental experience coming from their brain directly into your brain, um, and it made a lot of connections, but it also made a lot of awkward feelings. Doc he'll take the berry and he'll hold it between two fingers and kind of he regards it like flicks it up and then catches it with his hand and he'll look at Zinni and he'll say, "Hey, I well," and he'll is Zinni standing up or sitting down?
Sitting down.
Doc will put his hands on his hips and like hook his thumbs in the loops of his pants and just kind of awkwardly look around and be like, "Do you mind if I sit down here?"
No, go ahead.
And he'll just take a seat and assume that same position he had before, where he's hugging his knee um, or leaning on his knee, and he'll he takes a second before he says, "I was sorry about the other night, last night, not the other night, but I there's a lot you don't know." And he shrugs.
That's fine. I typically when people say they'll be right back, they usually don't mean they'll be right back. I kind of figured you had some stuff going on.
Well, I also wouldn't leave you here, or leave all of you here. But I wanted to ask about. Could let me. And he gestures to the circlet, which you can see kind of poking through the little curly loops of his hair. You let me poke around up in your head, and did you want anyone else to know, or was that just for me?
I mean,
'Cause I
I'm
know you
thinking,
can't tell him, right?
right, right. And I don't want to say the name of somebody in case they're listening, if you get what I'm saying.
He nods.
So it's fine if they know, but they have to know to not say certain things out loud. If I
He
just don't want that to come down on anybody here.
so any names or just the one name?
The one, and she points to her eyes.
He nods. Okay, easy enough. Um, well, do you think do you think someone is always listening to you, or it's only the name? Because
I,
I'm
I
not
think
gonna do your story justice, Denny. I can try.
You're not gonna what?
I'm not gonna do your story any justice, Vinny. I could try. I like to think I'm good at storytelling, but I mean that's a hell of a story.
Well, I mean, I don't know I don't know how like deities and stuff work. I don't know if they're kind of their plane and that's their business and they don't follow on other planes or not. I can't tell you if somebody's listening or not. I just kind of don't. In case they are, I just haven't drawn attention to myself as much as possible.
Yes, I don't know anything about that either. So, I mean, hell, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know if any one of us here really experts on that sort of subject. And Doctor kind of looked around the camp. But
But
I
the answer to the first question is yeah, you can if you want to.
that wasn't what I asked. I was asking if it was for me or for everyone. Not if I could tell them, but if it was just for me, or you told me, and now you'd like it to tell everyone, or now you'd like to bring everyone in on the loop, or whatever.
She thinks and I guess it's fine long as everybody knows what is. I don't want them to think hard on me, like just to like. There's those major things that happened, and I mean, however, you did, kind of something similar to begin with, with the herring on.
He kind of shuffles awkwardly and he's like, "Oh, I don't think they'd blame you. I mean, hell, you might make." He he eyes a particular fairy, but does not say a name. Might make someone a little woozy, but I don't think they would think any less of you. I
Look
mean,
towards the nest, and
he
you just see two sets of eyes over the edge of the nest.
he shrugs and he'll say, like maybe it's different for someone else hearing it, but from I mean my point of view, which is kind of your point of view, I don't blame you. But then again, not a good. Well, he shrugs. I'm just not very good. But I know you were kind of chomping up the bit to get all of that off your chest.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to tell you first, so I don't think it. I don't know if I care that they know, other than them knowing what to not like. Don't go shouting. And she points to her eyes, out loud or anything.
I meant to ask a question about, and he does like a very vague hand wave gesture at your eyes. Um, can I try? I don't know, maybe, but I might have a solution. Don't know how strong it is next to a god, but I could try. Do
And she just nods.
you mind?
Hmm.
Doc is going to hold up a hand very shakily. Uh, and it's sort of like the uh like the archetypical hold your hand out to some like in front of someone to feel their energy or whatever. And in his other hand, he will take his luck stone and stick it between his index finger and thumb and just kind of rub it with the edge of his thumb. And I am going to cast Remove curse on Vinny.
What?
Excuse me, sir. How the fuck do you have that?
Do you remember? I took that after we found out the dude,
Yeah, true.
the guy who gave him the pipes, the flute.
Oh.
Plotting this, swap the
But
spell.
I have no idea if that's gonna work. But
Holy shit.
he's gonna try it.
That was like, I thought he was gonna give her a kiss or something. That's not what I expected. Cast the spell.
So wait on DM.
Yeah.
See, listen, if there's one thing that if there's one thing to know about Joe, it's Joe likes drama, and if there's another thing to know about Joe, it's that Joe likes low fucking burn, man. Painfully low.
Can we identify what spell he just casted?
I think we're waiting on Arwen.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Arwen.
The suspense. I don't know if it'll work or not.
I am assuming it won't, but please God, I would be so stoked if it did. That would be such a gift.
Did we win the game? Remove curse? Easy mode unlocked?
I will say,
I
remove
know it
curse is
can't-
not on either the standard bard or artificer list, so it's not something either of us could even attempt to cast normally.
It's really weird, but it's naturally on the warlock list.
I think
Interesting.
technically I might have access to that with sorcerer, but that's only technicality because of the sorcerer I picked.
It feels very bizarre that it is a warlock spell, but somehow strangely fitting strangely fitting now for Doc to have it in some way.
He's gonna need it when he has to give up the telepathy helm, because it's very cursed.
God, DM!
Left right at the moment where we needed her.
Oh no.
And at the moment we needed the most, they vanished.
They gone?
Yeah, they're
Maybe
No,
they're
be right back.
Curses.
They
Your mic's going out 8.
might be wrangling up the little one, trying to help them.
The young one.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really saying anything important. Yeah. Something about the youngin'. That's my bet.
I guess I will message them just to be like, hey.
Make sure they know what just happened. So when they come back, it's like, what? So what's the verdict then? They're like, the fuck?
DM, what happens? I don't fucking know.
I thought I could trust you guys to like deal with your own shit for 2 minutes. No, we just got that perfect timing.
Break the game.
Damn it. Trying to think of a way to backpedal and then rewind the conversation so that it's like, okay, we'll just not do remove curse yet.
Nah,
so
it's
that
too
we can
late.
have more RP. But like,
Too much dramatic build
I
up to
don't mind.
that.
yeah, Doc has already. He already asked Vinny the big question on his mind, which was, he asked Vinny one of the big questions on his mind, and that's like, if
One of the 50 million big questions, Joe. Be honest with yourself.
listen, I'm not gonna put a number on it.
Is Aaron back?
I'm here.
Did you
I'm back.
catch what happened? Because we need a verdict from you.
So no, remove curse is not going to take care of that.
Damn it.
You know what? I knew that. I knew that it wasn't gonna work. There's no fucking shot that would have worked. But Doc had to try.
Tattle can roll an Arcana if he wants to know if he
Yes.
knows the spell.
Who?
Oh shit!
Mm.
I've seen curses.
Shit!
Yeah, you've probably seen a lot of them lately, especially.
Question: we took a long rest, so all that bonus temp health we have is gone,
Mm.
Yes.
or
Just to
bonus
make us
max
feel.
health.
Oh well. Easy come, easy go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is sad. Um, Doc, like, that it does, like, nothing happens. This is whatever harmless glitter doesn't. It just doesn't stick. The little bit of pinkish purple light falls away harmlessly, and he's just, uh, well, he shrugs.
What'd you
I
try?
he shrugs and says, "I was, well, I mean, figured it was kind of a curse, so
Mm.
figured I'd try to do that. Just
Well,
pull it
thank
off.
you. At least we can like check that off the list of things.
I suppose that's true. Um, but well, did you want to tell everyone now, or wait, or
Yeah, that's
it's
yeah,
not up to
that's
me?
fine. No, it's fine. I mean, I figure everybody needs to know who they're traveling with.
Doc winces.
Squinty eyes. Like, then he didn't do squinty eyes.
Well, oh boy.
Feel the heat of another pair of eyes on Doc.
Doc, like, tugging at his own shirt collar. Well, if you, and you don't have to rush into nothing. Don't think on, because of my account, you gotta throw yourself right into the center of attention already. I mean, it's only just morning. And I don't know how much sleep you got.
Enough.
He shrugs, says, yeah, me too. Just enough.
But yeah, now that you can do your. She points to your head. Do that thing and let the others know if you want. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Doc looks at it, and his eyes like look up, and he just says, I, it's just really, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. But something about it is, well, having someone else talk about your past is different, I suppose. But then again, I guess it's hard to talk about your own past. So
Mm.
if you want everyone to know, I can tell them on your behalf.
Well, they
You
may
can
be
trust
able
me
to come up with more ideas on the, and she points to her eyes thing.
That's true. Well, it's a little foggy inside my head, all the details, but does it bother you if I use other names?
She looks, eyebrows go up a little bit. How safe is that to do here?
He is kind of surprised. Uh, I'll, shit, I don't rightly know. Uh, I suppose it's just as safe as any, but I don't know.
Maybe not that part, but everything else.
He scratches his chin and just goes, ah,
I mean, I trust them, but you never know what information can be get out of. She points to your head. What information can be found out?
every time that like the realm of the telepathy is mentioned, his eyes like dart up towards the sky and then dart back down, and he's like, right. And he reaches the hand up and just kind of touches the side of the metal.
You can't
We're not in a
just know
rush.
that.
Say what?
I was just saying that part maybe you just know, and the rest you can tell everybody.
He turns away, but he just nods and just goes, "Sure, yeah, I'll keep the one secret." And he turns back and gives you like a good old fashioned shit eating grin. I can do that now, so at least again, I can do that again.
She'll just
He'll
nod and kind of smirk. And she'll, well, who should we tell first?
Tourmaline just
he looks
face
at you.
palming in the nest.
he looks at Zinni and just goes, "That's up to you."
Well, Rex is asleep. She'll just look up.
I could probably guess Rex's reaction too.
Yeah, I think he would be the least bothered.
Nod. Doc will say in like a perfect Rex impression, "Well, shit."
Well, I kind of, I think maybe Tori first. And this is what she's thinking because Tori helped her out last night and she wants to repay, I guess, the little, I don't know, put some trust in Tori because she helped her out.
Doc is continuing to rub one finger along the edge of the circlet and is just like, "Okay, well." He looks up towards where the trees are and he's like, "Tourmaline first. Where the fuck is she?" Doc, he's looking up in the trees and he's like, is Tori sleeping on a branch or does she have like a little bundle of something that looks like a nest?
Essentially, what she is doing while she has access to trees is she's using like druid craft and whatever magic she has the availability to essentially make hammocks between branches that are doubling down as nests. So it's pretty obvious where the fairies end up settling at night.
Gotcha. Okay. Doc will he sees where the hammock is eventually, and he'll stand up, kind of dust off his knees, and then hold it like reach into his pocket and pull out his luck stone again, and thumb and forefinger kind of squeeze it, and he'll look up towards the hammock and put a hand like cup part of his hand or cup his free hand around his mouth, and he'll say, "Darlene," and he will use minor illusion to make the noise like travel ventriloquist style, but like actually.
Just slowly
I
see
yell.
this like pink and blue peer over the side of the nest. Clearly having been awake for a few minutes now, and also a little annoyed.
He, like clearly awake for a while. He just immediately goes from like kind of nervous about this to like, "Have you been eavesdropping? You little fucking winged shit."
And Tourmaline will just give Tattle a pat on the shoulder and fly
He gives you one right back. You need it.
down into the lower branches until she's just sitting on like the lowest one, which would probably put her just slightly above like the satyrs' heads in the trees. Just sits down, just staring at both of them.
Well, when were you going to come down after we just finished our conversation? Watch us do this whole rig around the rosy. Everyone but you.
And she arches a single brow. I figured you two wanted a moment to talk alone. It's a very pointed.
We did talk. And he turns to Zinni, right?
Oh, we talked about telling you some things about me.
Narrowed eyes at Doc, and then turns her attention towards Zinni and softens visibly. Okay. I'm assuming it's not stuff that you generally want shared, then.
There's a name in all of that belongs to a deity that may not need to be mentioned out loud, just in case, you know. I don't know how deities work cross planes, and don't know who might be listening. But Doc can tell you what it is, and she points to his head.
He taps the circlet and just goes, "If you want to try it that way, at least."
Tori just kind of tilting her head as she's listening, and she gives a small nod. Oh, that's not uncommon, to be honest. Doc and I aren't going to talk about it. We're sworn to it all, so we don't want their attention. So it's understandable.
Mm. And then she'll just kind of shrug and kind of make a proceed hand gesture to Doc.
Well, and
while I get the thing ready to send to you, Tori.
Yeah, he starts like he transmitting fucking brainwaves and vibes. It's a little foggy because he is recalling a memory that was not originally his and trying to convey what he remembers that she remembered. So it's like I imagine watching a movie through a window that has mud on it. So you can get the details, you can say what's happening, and you can understand it, and you get an impression of Doc and what he felt on top of the impression of Zinni in the moment. Or I guess.
Mandy, can you send that to me as well? You probably have in the past, but it's too far up for me to roll.
I will I will say for the sake of the viewers, unless you don't want me to, Mandy.
Yeah, you can. I'm just sending them the actual document. So, not document, copy and pasting it over.
The name that Zinni is intentionally avoiding is Nylia,
Mm-hmm.
who is like a goddess of the hunt.
Yeah.
And like the
Creator
hunting.
of the satyrs on Theros.
Yes. Which I think everyone knows already, but Zinni is from Theros and served Nylia as all satyrs do. But that's like avoiding the use of Nylia's name and
Just in case.
yeah, because that's some spicy shit that might pop up. But to the summary of Vinny's story, I guess. Like, I feel, Mandy, this is your story. This is your backstory.
I'm copying and pasting though. I'm busy. Just a minute.
I thought you were I thought you were telling me like, yeah, you just tell everyone. I was like, what?
I'm copying and pasting.
You just need to like.
You could post it in the while beyond the Witchlight chat.
Yeah, if you're telling everybody roughly the same thing.
Let me. Okay.
That way you don't have to do it multiple times to multiple people.
It's a secret to everybody.
Okay. To the chat. So long. Oh, wrong part. Hold on.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I was like, I don't want to give that away. Because Doc is more tactful with his ability to keep secrets now.
Yay. And then this part. Okay. Oh, Lordy. Paste. If there's spelling errors, it's my fault entirely because brain. Ta-da! I'll let y'all read it because it's probably better to read it than me sit here and just ramble on.
Fill the airtime because we're dead silent.
And then there was a firefight.
The seer and speaker for the goddess Nylia.
You don't have to read it out loud too. You might make
read it when I've left the room.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I wasn't told this information, so I'm not gonna read it.
Go ahead and read it because you're about to get told.
You're like,
so
next.
We don't have to sit here in awkward silence like 5 or 6 times in a row.
Right. Everybody read it. And Zinni told you, Doc told you all of this in his mind with his mind powers.
Yeah, Doc. So again, you just get like most of all of that information verbatim, just Irish Little spicy Irish on top. Better Irish because it's mind Irish.
Ooh.
You can imagine a perfect Irish accent in your head.
Holy shit. With like music and sound effects. For some reason, I'm thinking about like pipe smoke, like just Doc's pipe smoke, just wafting around in the mind's eye.
That's a good point. Doc, he ran into the woods, had a fucking episode, and I was gonna say, yeah, he's gonna reach for his pipe, and he doesn't keep it on his person. It's something that he would keep in like a pack with his guitar. Like he's not constantly going to carry around a pipe in his pocket. So, having just reminded me of that, Ape, Doc will be like, "Oh shit!" and he'll run over to his bag and shuffle through it until he finds his tobacco and his pipe. And you just hear an audible like, "Oh,
Nice. That's a lot to read. I'll wait for the movie.
It is a lot, but it's backstory lot. So
I'm messing with you.
wow, that sucks for you." Or congratulations. I don't know, Zinni. I didn't read it.
all my time wasted.
All the years
boy.
Academy training wasted.
You get to pop quiz us on it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Tori just kind of is silent as she's listening to Doc. And takes a slow breath after a few minutes and gives a little nod and looks towards Zinni. You can see that she's just studying Zinni for a minute.
Mm.
Do you regret it?
Which part? And then she'll do like little claw hands. That part.
That and leaving.
No, and I'm not sure. No, at the time, not especially not for, going back to be quote unquote home. Just kind of just for my siblings, maybe. But that's the only thing.
And Tori gives another small nod. And you're scared to tell us this.
I don't know how things work here, and it's information seems to be kind of a currency almost.
Currency if you want to fuck somebody over.
Right. But I mean, I wouldn't do it on purpose, and she points to Doc's head, other people may have a way of getting information. Kind of the same way. Or, from y'all. Or me.
And Tori just... You can see there's some type of frustration that she is biting her tongue with. And she just kind of like stands up on the branch that she's on. And you see her like sorting out her clothes a little bit as she is composing herself. I swear, this. Oh, little band of rogues. She looks at Zinni. You're running from something. You already know I'm running from something and somebody. Tattle's running. Doc's running. The only one that doesn't seem to be running is Rex.
Hey, I'm not running. I'm looking for someone.
Tori pointedly looks at him.
Nice.
Doc. Let's you know what? Let's fucking just he is sweating and holds your gaze, but he is very, very shaky.
Quite moist. But yeah, like y'all say
Warm.
something about everyone's running from something. Yeah, Tattle's gonna fly down, and he'll look over to Zinni and he'll nod.
Gets the information download from Doc.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's the fucking instant transmission into your
Yeah.
brain, so you just have everything at recall.
So you're like sending me this information.
As memories, as like you're watching a movie, but it's like instantly you unlock the entire movie in 1 second.
Yeah, you've watched all of what Vinny experienced in like as if you had consumed it and processed it already and finished it, and now you're like actually able to revisit memories that aren't yours.
Yeah, Tattle falls down to his knees.
Oh, there, buddy. Are you all right?
Tori will
Zinni just turns her head kind of sideways.
fly
But
over
we
and
both,
just kind of
yeah.
pat him on the back. It's not fun the first time.
What? What? What do you mean it's not been the first time?
So it's not fun the first time.
Oh. Oh. That's true. Just shrugs and kicks a little dirt.
Yeah, Tattle tries to get his mind back into working order after it has been force-fed information. His psyche is shifted in a way that maybe can never be undone or fixed, but he's just gonna have to learn to deal with it now that he's been given these magical memories. He finds his footing. He looks up at Zinni and he just looks so sad. And like, Zinni, you really are running from something, and we didn't know like this whole time.
She points to her eyes. I don't think running has done me much good, though. You see why I don't like cats too much?
He chuckles. I want to help you. I don't know how, but like knowing you went through all that, gotta be something I can do to help. If there is something, I don't really know what exactly is going on here.
There's magics out there that could probably help you. Don't think any of us here are strong enough for them, but given time, there's more than enough magics to split you away from a god if you go looking. Stories about them all over the place.
Well, that's another reason why I wanted y'all to know is because I'm at a loss. I don't. It's when I used to be. I will be back in Theros, but in a different form forever, like ever and ever. And that's just. I don't. I didn't know that was a thing. That was part of the. That felt like withheld information.
No, that's usually the way that they get you.
I like you how you are right now.
Well, come visit me on Theros later. See how you like me then.
You don't gotta go back to Theros.
I do. If I cease to be and no longer breathe, my body will be here, but my soul will go back and enter into one of those lynx guards.
We could find some way to like.
I have an
Make
above
you not
question
go.
or above table question for Arwen.
Yes.
Yeah.
With all of the stories and knowledge that Tori has managed to collect, would she be familiar with the wish spell?
Make an Arcana roll.
No.
I mean, then why ask me?
Because I was
That's up
hoping
to
you were
you
just
then,
gonna
isn't
fucking
it?
say yes. I don't want to roll for this one.
Well, if you think that Tori would know that, then sure.
Okay, because she would not know all the details of it, but I want to say she
She could
has heard
know
about it.
yeah, she would know that very powerful spellcasters often have magics powerful enough to accomplish things like that.
Yeah. Maybe if you roll,
You
like,
maybe don't know 100% that it would work, but you've seen it do really wonderful things. I mean, for instance, like Titania, any of the higher archfey would have access to that spell.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
sheesh, Archfey.
Yeah, but
Yeah, right.
I mean,
even
Titania
others.
is the queen of all fae.
We just need that unicorn back in commission. That's
Tori just kind of listens to them talk to each other for a minute and just waves a hand to get Zinni to stop because Zinni and Tattle both because they're starting to bicker just a little bit from what it sounds like. If you had the choice, do you want to stop that from happening?
Well, yeah.
Then, after we get handled here, we can go looking for people that are strong enough. There's a spell I've heard of. I've never. Well, I don't know all the details of it, but there are people that are strong enough to cast it that, if they're
oh,
willing, would be able to break this bond, and your soul would be your soul. Just finding somebody that can. It's a matter of finding somebody that can and seeing if they're willing to.
I guess it would depend on if they want something in return, because that's.
Well, you have to ask first.
I know, but I don't
We
want
got a lot
nothing any
we can offer.
worse.
What Doc said?
It's not all on you, Doc. If they want something in return, Doc's like, we got something we can offer. We got a lot of stuff we can offer. It's not all on you to, I don't know, pay for.
What do we have
this.
to offer that I'm not willing to let y'all do?
Well, if I tell you what I have to offer, you're going to tell me no, but it's my choice. And I don't have to tell you because I'm not cursed anymore. He crosses his arms.
Nostrils flare.
Zinni.
Well, I'm telling you no now, whatever it is.
He looks at Tourmaline and he just goes, does that ever work on me?
She just arches the brow at him and rolls her eyes. Zinni, I know you're trying to protect us, but there's a lot that you would give up for us. And so there's a lot that we're going to be willing to give up for you.
Whether you like it or not.
And there's still no guaranteeing that we're going to have to give up anything. For all we know, we have to go do something for somebody.
And that's true.
It's not something we're going to be able to handle while we're here. And she just gestures both arms to their surroundings. But if we all make this through this, or we all make it through this and we all want to continue. Sounds like a couple of our paths are going to continue to align even after we get out of here. So we might as well just try.
Zenny nods. I really appreciate y'all even wanting to help me. And yeah, I would do a lot for y'all. But that doesn't mean I want y'all to do anything for me. But like Doc said, it's y'all's choice. And she looks over at Doc and there is her eyebrows.
Tattle doesn't get it, but he's like, you, 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 you have my friendship and my support willingly. I care about you, Zinni. He gives you a thumbs up because he can't smile.
Tori just sighs, like puts an arm around his waist, like, my poor dumb little himbo here.
He's like, my best friend is having some emotional stuff to go through.
Well, let's get going. I should just.
Everyone
What?
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, sheesh, we just died.
Mm-hmm.
Is that to resist crying, or what's this for?
Just do it.
I almost rolled a nat 1.
Not looking good.
Hey.
That's fine. I wanted to fail.
Hey.
Everyone except for Tori, for some reason, is very hungry.
Oh.
Didn't they have
All
some?
your stuff.
Didn't two of them have good berries already?
The snake
had good berries.
I don't know if Doc ate and not, but
Doc?
the snake did and the little pseudo dragon did.
Doc did not eat the good berry. He just used it as an excuse to walk over to Zinni.
No.
But I do have these, and she'll hold out the rest of them in her hand.
I want to try my
Doc,
hand at foraging. I've not foraged this entire time. I want to see if Tourmaline sees anything.
Yeah.
Doc, your stomach starts growling so loud that everybody can hear it.
What do I need to roll?
You need to roll, I believe it is a survival check. Let me pull up the...
Yeah, Tattle will help because he just wants to hang out with Tori.
No.
This is probably the worst idea because this is like the least nature, like outdoorsy one out of the entire group.
Tattle's not going to comment. He's just like, oh, that's cool. Wow.
Getting all of my nat 20s out of the way early, and then we'll have nothing but low rolls.
Yeah, go ahead and make, for a nat 20, go ahead and make 2 d8 rolls.
2d8. 2 and 4.
Okay. So one thing that like catches your eye is this flower that is brilliantly colored like the sunrise. And when you pluck it out of the ground, and as soon as you do that, the petals begin illuminating and shedding light like a lantern. And this will shed light for the next 8 hours.
Oh.
Nice.
Zinni, the other thing you find is a white and gray eldercap mushroom.
She will look at the mushroom and will just turn towards Tattle. Like, I don't know if this
We'll
is
try to identify it.
poisonous.
Tattle, make an Arcana roll.
Okay.
With advantage, because I am helping.
Okay. Arcana with advantage. I don't know how to do advantage. I'll just click twice. 1, 2.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you're perfect.
Was good enough?
So you're actually familiar with this type of mushroom. It was very common in the Unseelie lands, and
Yeah.
it is edible. However, it will turn you into an old version of yourself for the next 24 hours after eating it. It won't harm you in any way, and you will revert right back to your normal form, but that's what happens.
It's a literal elder cat mush.
Yes.
Love it.
Wait, what does it turn you into?
An
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 old
elder?
older
person.
version of yourself.
Oh.
Like an elderly version of yourself.
Did it have any other effects? I
No,
missed it. I was
it's just food. Like you can eat it. It's just gonna make you look like you're old for the next day.
Tattle
Oldify.
smiles.
Inside, on the inside, he
On
smiles.
his heart. In his heart.
You could be a grumpy, frowny old man.
To
It
be
just has a
fair,
wide neutral.
we need to save this because this would be like a really good like disguise shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Very true.
And especially if Tattle could cook up enough for everyone to eat a little bit.
Because like it's not in it's the way it's phrased, it wouldn't be like picked up as like being magical or anything, right? Like an illusion or anything.
It says it has its appearance magically changed.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
but it's
So
like untyped.
yeah, but detect magic.
Will ping his magic.
It would probably ping as an illusion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or it could be like alter self, where it makes your skin and body and everything old, but you're not actually like physically old. You just
Yeah,
have all of the aesthetic of old.
yeah,
right.
that's what I was.
That's pretty much
hearing.
what it says.
Okay.
Okay,
Tattle.
so okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
I'll
Tattle.
post the exact wordage.
So Tori will give the mushroom to Tattle because she wants nothing to do with that. And she will
you
just.
don't want to be a MILF, a G MILF?
Oh no.
She is still very young by fairy standards. She is good. Thank you.
I mean, she'll probably live a really long time anyway, so
But it makes
I
you
don't think
instantly old.
I kind of get the impression that Fae never actually show their age. Like they don't physically age.
I have always
Once
liked
they hit sexual maturity.
I have always liked the idea that they do, but it's not till to the very end of their life.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they start getting like wrinkles and like they never like get super wrinkly and like bent over, but they get like some like, you know, the crow's feet and like the smile lines and then gray hair.
Like mid 40s.
Yeah.
Early 50s. So still hot.
Tattle wants to figure out if he can cook this in a way to maybe even reverse engineer the effect to make someone younger if they wanted.
So you could do that, but you would have to use all of the mushroom in your experiments and make make a good arcana.
Like sacrifice it like for science.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Tori
You
will
can turn it into baby shroom.
put the flower in her hair and then she will report back to Zinni of I did not find anything to eat. Can I have a berry, please?
Yeah, and she'll hand everyone that doesn't have a berry and take one for herself.
Doc
I mean,
covers his eyes.
anyone can forage if you want. The DC is honestly incredibly low.
I will try just to see what.
It's like every time everybody else has foraged, they found like good food. Tori found shiny flower and old man mushroom.
I mean, I can also like I'm just rolling off of the Feywild treats table. Like, I like any. Okay, so here's the way I'm pretty much playing. Any successful survival roll, you'll find regular food like herbs, stuff. If you get a better than a 10, then you also get to find a Feywild tree.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that might have sounded like complaining. It's not. It's 100% in character for Tori. So.
So go ahead and roll
light
a
up
D8,
flower.
Zinni.
D8.
You find a light up flower too.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You find a 3-leaf clover that smells very minty. Tattle, make an Arcana check on it. Perfect.
You like the 23s today.
You know that eating this particular minty 3-leaf clover will allow a creature to communicate telepathically with another creature up to 100 feet away that's also eaten it for 8 hours.
So if everybody ate like one leaf of it, then there'd be like 3-way telepathy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the duration? Oh, you got
8
it.
hours.
You know what you're doing.
It sounds like pretty much everything is 8 hours on that table.
Can Tattle forage or?
Yeah.
Okay. Can he send Stripes to go forage?
The baby?
Is that a familiar? Like,
all they can't do is attack. They can do any other thing.
gotcha. I mean, sure, but I would say he wouldn't be able to use your modifier if you have a modifier for survival.
No, he just has a +1 wisdom. That's it. I mean, he has perception.
+1 is +1.
That's what I was rolling with.
Yeah.
Like I said, the DC is low. You only have to roll a 10.
But that, I think, rolled with advantage, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
First
It
one.
takes the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
Roll a D8. You find... You find 3 gingerbread cookies shaped like elves on a wooden plate.
What?
That's not sus at all.
There's no magical
Sus.
anything on it.
So fucking sus.
Take it to Doc and his magic eyes.
So that did that and oh man, this is a lot to take in.
I think there's only 2 things on this table that y'all have not rolled yet.
Okay. Tattle's gonna search if he can still do a search.
Okay. So every roll you do for survival is 1 hour of foraging, just so you know. So y'all are
spending a lot of time doing this. Okay.
If we're all doing it at the same time, though.
Yeah.
So it's an hour across the board.
You're gonna spend an extra hour foraging? Tattle?
So you're saying only one person can forage at a time, or?
Well, I did spend my time helping Tori.
Oh, you identified this stuff too. We're not Arcana check.
So that does make sense.
We're fine. I can keep making berries. We don't have to.
Yeah, Tattle doesn't take an extra hour, and that's fine. But we have gingerbread cookies.
Give them to Doc to check out first.
Yeah. Tattle and Stripes fly over. They both hold one end of the plate and show it to Doc.
Are the cookies magic?
No. They're just cookies.
Doc looks at him, then narrows his eyes and looks closer. And then he'll reach out and pick one up very gently and look at it and inspect it. Hold it close to his eye like a jeweler. And after a long pause, he brings it to his nose and sniffs it. And then just takes a huge bite. And then he looks at Tattle and just goes, "Yeah, these are cursed." And he holds out his hand.
Tattles has a lot of cooking knowledge. He's played a lot of Cooking Mama. He's going to try and like check out these cookies for himself, holding it up, sniffing them, lick it a little bit.
Tastes good. Tastes like a gingerbread cookie.
All right. Yeah, he eats it and gives Stripes some cookie to eat.
Doc, he looks a little hurt, and he's like, "Do you not trust me?"
Well, not all curses can be bad, but a lot of them are. But I just took my chances.
You know what? Fair play. That's a good one. He's like, he's like, you know what? I didn't even think about it. There's probably a good curse. Okay. You got me there.
Quotation marks good.
Yeah. Tattle says, "Yep, we're all cursed into wishing we had more of these delicious cookies."
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and he will share some cookie. He's sad. He's like, "There's only one cookie left, but we have more than one friend left."
Oh.
He
Doc
tries to.
will. Doc only took a bite out of his, so he could give his to whoever's left.
You could also just like, split them in half.
Yeah, Tattle's like, if you break them off like in this way and that way, everyone can get a taste of it. He sounds hopeful, and he's gonna like break pieces off to like give to Zinni and Tori and Rex. But you have your cookie that you bit off. You can share some.
Doc will look at it, and then he will awkwardly think like, well, I guess I'm trying to be considerate, and he'll like pluck the part that is around where he bit off.
Indirect kiss.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just like, why don't the fairies and the satyrs split one each and then give the biggest whole one to Rex because he's a big
Right.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little too
Doc
smart.
got too invested in trying to pull a fast one on Tattle because he thought it would be funny. And then Tattle fucking one-upped him by saying, like, no, it's a good curse. Fuck you. And he was like, oh, dang, all
And
right. Fair play. But he will take the part of this cookie that he did not bite, and he'll look at Zinni, who did Zinni get one?
Mm-mm.
He'll look at the cookie and look at Zinni, and then hand it to her and be like, if you want. I didn't bite off this part, so
All right.
awkwardly.
Thank you.
The awkward of the satyrs for the next 3 sessions that we're gonna have to fucking put up with. Damn it.
RP.
Ow.
For Tattle does something special for Rex. The cookie that he gives Rex, he's gonna cast Enlarge on it, so he can like
Oh my god.
he can enjoy the experience of eating the cookie, and whatever happens afterwards is like if it.
It'll still only be as filling as
Yeah.
one cookie bag.
But the best part is just eating it.
Oh,
He gets all the best part with less calories. He's good.
cute. Giant gingerbread cookie.
Worth it. I used my powers for good today.
Okay. Are we just staying in camp all day today since Matt isn't here, or?
Well, he'll probably be able to get on in the next 30 minutes or so.
Okay.
I do have a random encounter, and after that, it's pretty much just
Oh,
heading to Little Oak.
Doc will lazily try to survival search. So self-imposed disadvantage on himself.
Okay. And you still roll a d8.
Yeah, so I imagine Doc's just like, fucking, he'll look around, like, stand in place and see what he can see from where he's standing.
Yeah, you find another one of the 3-leaf clovers, the telepathic 3-leaf clovers.
These are good treats.
Now everyone can telepath.
It would still be 2 separate groups, though, right?
Be-
Yeah, I
Because
guess so.
because if it was the other way
No,
around,
I
what
mean
if random monsters ate like other clovers? We'd be like linked up to other people and vice versa.
That'd be terrifying. You just like, hey, I'm gonna eat this
Yeah.
clover, and then all of a sudden you're like, fucking in the mind of the owl bear. You know.
that's funny.
That'd be
Shared
fucking
trip.
awesome.
Or we hear like secret plans. Like
That's
we hear some rogues.
that's the secret of Doc's trip from a couple sessions back.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why
what
it
he
was
did.
so
He ate the
bad.
clover and he was in the mind of the
Exactly.
Jabberwocky for.
Yeah, he got fucking hit with like an eldritch mind, and he was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Y'all, I don't mind like camping for a couple more hours. I mean, there's things I want to make before we head out. We could do some more foraging, gather supplies.
Shit, what do you want to make?
Weapons.
It hurts me to say this, but Doc is like, weapons? I don't give a shit about weapons because he doesn't use them. But I want them. I want the artificer to make me weapons.
Yeah. He crouches and uses his magic glass dagger and like carves into the ground like schematics. Just arcane symbols are all around his little drawings of like fey contraptions and like weapons of
Hey, you know what? For
magical
shits and
destruction.
giggles, like if we're just hanging out here for an extra chunk of time, Doc is going to take out the wand of secrets and just give it one good swish and flick. Are there any secrets within 30 feet?
Or traps.
Any secrets?
While holding it, secret door or trap within 30 feet.
No.
Just
Shocker.
reveal a trap right in the dead center of camp that we've managed to miss the entire night. It's like, well, I was lucky we didn't step in that exact spot.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I need Kettle actually like looks up like the cost of items so you can like make something. Let's see.
Zenny will speak in Druidic and rub the snake under the chin and turn it back into the staff to get ready to go at some point.
Yeah, we can go ahead and take a break here.
I will say that Tori has very specifically stayed well the fuck away from Dimple the entire time.
Well, Dimple's gone now. No more scared of Dimple.
Actually, Dimple's like right there.
She is staying well the fuck away from Dimple.
Dimple is now a staff again.
Man, it's been 2 levels and I've only used the actor feat once to say no shit. Or oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we still have that.
Oops.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a light crossbow. Yeah, light crossbow.
This is one of the few characters I have who does not actually have a lot to do during downtime because he is entirely forward motivated.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to like my wizard or other like blood hunter characters or whatever, like just a whole bunch of other characters would be very well suited to ruminating and waiting in camp, and Doc is just itching to be like, no, I gotta fucking go, man.
We got places to be. Let's see. Doc, what sort of weapon do you want? And like,
use them.
Tettle, what can he do? He
It
can
doesn't hurt
make
to have something when you're
Mhm.
out of spell slots.
So I
Or
have Eldritch Blast.
You're a
Or-
warlock.
when I inevitably get to cast silence, because I will cast silence before this campaign is done.
So here's at least one weapon that he's gonna make. He makes a light crossbow with like glass arrows, and he will, change one of his infusions to enchant the crossbow, so it's a spell storing item. So, and he'll give it to Tori.
Ooh.
And
You just got fucking gave Tori a magic gun.
yeah, he'll say, he calls it the whistling. Like he'll call these like whistling arrows. Like when you shoot them, they're like crafted in a way that they'll like, I don't know, play music as you shoot them. Like they might have like holes or something, like flute
You,
holes along the arrow.
whenever you shoot it, it's like on a flute.
But there will be some like normal arrows if you just want those.
You said it was spell storing?
And I'll show that in a second. If I can find it on my sheet.
Hey, she now has a way to do damage. It's not a rapier.
You don't have any damage spells?
I have like 1 or 2 damage spells, but they're not that impressive.
Mm.
Because again, Tori is made to be utility. Utility and now healing. Think. Yeah, last level up I got a total of 3 spells that do damage.
I'll be right back.
Spell
Oh.
refueling. But instead of a ring, it's your bow.
Just to clarify, nobody else took counterspell, right?
I don't know that anybody else
I don't think can.
can.
Okay, because I think that I have both counterspell and dispel magic, and I was like, why did I take both? And I was like, I think that was part of the agreement, is that Doc took those because no one else did or no one else could. Can't remember, but
So we're like, yeah. So, like, technically, if I put enough, like, I dumped enough into sorcerer, I might be able to. But other than that, it's sorcerer, warlock, wizard have counterspell.
huh.
And then druid should be able to get dispel magic.
I think
think
that's
druids
one
and
that I
clerics.
could.
Yeah, everybody can.
Ah, okay.
All now I don't know if that's in particular subclasses or not, but all caster classes should be able to get dispel magic.
Yeah, I could get it.
Dispel
I
magic.
haven't pulled it, but I could get it.
Zinni, your unicorn horn is also a spell refueling item.
I did not put that in my inventory. I don't think. Let me put that in there. I did forget.
Everyone gets an extra spell slot, basically.
You gave it
What?
one to Joe too?
Oh, no, Joe didn't want him. He did not want an enchanted item. I mean, an artificer item.
I thought you gave Doc a horn.
Oh, yours is not magic. Zinni's horn is the only one that's magic. Because she believes.
I was like, what?
She believes.
Mhm.
Joe
I
just
thought.
like saw my warlock got more powerful. I'm like, nope. No, he didn't.
So,
Oh.
so this This is what happened. Tattle, like, waves his hand across his armor, and like a glyph appears on it, and like fades away. Like he dispelled something that was enchanting himself, and he enchants the crossbow for Tori. Hands it to her. And arrows, I can make arrows easy.
Tori just kind of, at first, you like hand her this, and she has a moment of like, what am I doing with this? Because like you've seen her with her rapier like once or twice, and she knows how to handle that. The crossbow, she's like,
Yeah,
cool.
Tattle just says he's like, yep, yeah. Now you have a melee and a ranged weapon option. You are very dangerous now.
There's a little smirk. Thank you, Tattle. And
We had a talk. We had a talk about this last night.
I know. I'm just not used
Is it
to weapons. But
is it
I will.
much?
No. I will practice. I'll practice.
He just nods like.
Tattle could show her how.
Mm.
Technically, she probably has shot a crossbow a handful of times, just a long time ago. She's like, I gotta dig through my memory. Only thing I have kind of practiced once or twice since I had a tutor was the rapier.
Yeah, I mean, hey, how about we go do some target practice a little bit later?
And she's kind of examining all the different parts of this crossbow. That's probably a good idea. I not shooting my friends is going to be the first objective.
Doc raises his eyebrows at that, like, beg pardon? Could you repeat that last part?
And she looks at him and arches a brow. You're not going to be much better at this than I am.
Yeah. He holds out empty hands. He's like, that's why I'm not fucking carrying one.
And I don't have any magic that does damage like you do.
All right, Doc. So, what sort of weapon do you want?
Guys,
And like, what do you want to make it out of? We could like look around for some cool wood or something, or some rocks. Or,
Instant deflation.
I need materials. I gotta grind a little bit for some more materials. Unless he wants something made out of glass.
maybe not glass, but oh gee. He starts like he honestly gets pretty thoughtful. It's like, what do I use for a weapon?
You want to go walk around and just, I don't know, tell me about things you like.
Like, he gets like a confused look on his face, and his first thought, he reaches to his belt and pulls out a dagger, which the one that is immediately accessible is the one he uses to shave his hooves. So it's kind of beat up, and he was just like, I can't imagine doing much with this.
You want me to give it a makeover, or just give you another better one? Well, not necessarily better, but like more dangerous. I mean, that's pretty relatively dangerous too. I mean, you caused a lot of chaos when you harassed that one dude.
Doc, he like kind of taps his chin for a second, and he's like, what is a weapon that is easy to keep on your person? And he looks at the dagger. Reaches a little bit farther than this.
Tori lifts up the crossbow.
Looks at
Oh, Tattle has a whole, yeah, I got it. and he like draws in the he crouches, hugs his knee, like draws. It's a little design for a dart, a little dart that you can throw. And he just seems so proud. He just holds his head up and he's like, I've outdone myself.
Doc looks at the design. He's just like, what is
The
this?
range. It's got the range. It's a little dart. I mean, more balanced than your knife. You could, chuck it.
What is the range on a dart?
I think it's like, I want to say 60 feet.
You can throw it up to 20 feet just fine. If you
20
throw it up to 60, you have disadvantage. You cannot
yeah.
throw past 60 feet.
Huh.
He's like,
Okay.
This is it. Oh, man. I see the gift face. Oh, my God. You should put that in the group chat. That's what we should make for Doc. Sure. Oh, but, if I make an item for Doc, it's going to be cursed, low-key.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
He deserves it.
I love cursed items. Doc looks at the dart with slowly increasing displeasure, just like
What about a
like
sling?
turning it.
Ooh.
Like above table. Dart is gonna have the exact same range as a dagger does.
I get to throw it once.
A sling, as long as you pick up some pebbles or some shit, has slightly larger range that's without disadvantage, but a much double the range with disadvantage.
And there's plenty of things to sling, so ammo is aplenty, and you can get creative with it.
I think that might be pretty good. Can you put?
I can make more than one weapon. I can make more than one.
Can you put a potion or something in a sling?
You could put acid.
That would be a DM ruling.
I mean,
I don't see why not. An acid vial or.
I feel like you just use the same rules for using the acid. It's just reflavored to be used with this.
Or it reaches farther or whatever.
Yeah, just modifies the reach.
That
because it's improvised a weapon. You just don't add your proficiency bonus, but still.
What weapons am I proficient with?
It's a simple ranged weapon as a sling, so you should be.
Yeah.
Because I think everybody is more or less proficient with simple weapons.
Yeah. So I actually want to see what simple weapons there are.
So I can go down the list. There's club, dagger, great club, hand axe, javelin, light hammer, mace.
Boomerang.
Huh?
I'm looking on D&D Beyond, and
you got it.
Boomerang is on this list.
That's what I put because I'm thinking that's hilarious.
You saw the picture in the chat? Yes. Boomerang one? Yes.
Oh my god.
And then at the end when he throws it down and stomps on it? Yeah.
If Doc gets the boomerang, Arwen, I request that there be a crit fail specifically for Doc. If he throws the boomerang, it comes back and just knocks him in the fucking forehead.
Absolutely, 100%.
The boomerang return.
In fact, I'm gonna say any roll under a 3 or less.
Holy shit, Curtis. That's extra.
The boomerang on a miss returns to the owner's hand. So if it hits, it just drops. Falls.
Well,
damn it!
Boomerang is even.
You can't be Xena, Doc. You're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
The only boomerang that actually returns is from Storm King's Thunder, I think, or Prince of the Apocalypse.
Unless you get some specific enchantments or some shit on it.
Yeah, do some homebrew.
That's right. It is very low damage, but it's going to be the same damage as your dagger. I think Doc could cause some chaos with a sling.
Yeah. Tattle will say he can work on some other designs, and next time he levels up, he can make a returning boomerang. Or
A sling though, I think is the play. I think Z is right. I hate to admit it. The worst, but it's true.
It's amazing how often that happens.
No.
I need a reminder. What was the item you got from your brother? Like a luck stone?
Yeah, it was a luck stone.
Don't shoot the luckstone.
No. Doc is not going to let anyone fucking touch that thing now that he has it. The only person he has let touch it since it came into his possession is Vinny.
Does Doc, Tattle's gonna ask you like tactics. And Tattle's like really getting into like tactical combat shit when he's like talking to you. And he's wondering like, do you plan on getting up close or are you just gonna be attacking from a range? Like
Doc. Eyebrow
Like-
goes up like, fuck no, I'm not getting close.
Tattle makes notes. His head.
Doc, like, initially kind of like, this is ridiculous, but I might as well humor him. And now you're like getting super intense about it. He leans in and now is getting way more invested, like, okay. Like, watches you take notes. He's like, well, I don't really have the talent for like bow or crossbow or anything like that. Not particularly good with, I don't know. And he holds out like a gun, like a finger gun, and then closes one eye.
Tattle was
Like-
a little triggered. He's like, a gun? I'm not gonna make you a gun. You're insane. That's what he thinks.
Oh, no, he's like, I'm not good with the, point and fire and pantomimes using a like a bow.
Oh, okay.
I need something a little bit more, I don't know,
Like covert
kind of rough.
or
Yeah,
sling.
shrugs.
Sling will be good. You can hide a sling. How'd you want your sling to look like?
I mean, I got to decide what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I can make it like how, like a little halfling would use it. Like maybe like swing it around and just like flick it and then shoot things like that. Or I can make it like a slingshot. So many different ways to make it.
Doc with a slingshot is maximum hoodlum hours. Or what it like he is just a miscreant. He would shoot a rock through a window.
do I need to like make some sort of like apparatus to sort of strap this like sling cannon to your arm for like maximum
like the ones with the
stability?
arm brace thing on it.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah.
See, I'm just like slingshot is hoodlum hours is what you're saying, but also like the fucking like just like leather strap and pouch swing around. I'm just imagining that going wrong in so many ways with Doc. So slingshot
really
is
like-
preferable.
See, I really like the image though of Doc with a sling, like rather than a slingshot, where he's just spinning it around with some shit like loaded in it, and he like because that would be maximum ADHD brain pleasure, like being able to twirl the sling.
This is your shopping session, basically. Tell me what you want.
Oh man. Okay, hold on. I need to go. I need to go to
Just chaos
good
roll.
old fashioned Google first.
I gotta do math.
Like,
I had 64 gold. Minus
Tori is
12.
hearing bits and pieces of this conversation, getting more and more increasingly worried, just sitting beside Zenny like, we're gonna die, aren't we?
And she'll kind of whisper, I don't know if a sling could kill us.
Normally, no, but in their hands.
They might kill themselves first.
Yes. Holy shit. Mm.
Okay, yeah, a sling, like getting a sling and making it look like an old school slingshot. Like, hold on, let me find.
Oh yeah, Tori, you have 20 arrows, and you can decide like the aesthetics or whatever.
That is more than Tori will ever need, but thank you.
Yeah.
Get all the way to level 20 and I will have just fired the 20th arrow.
Yeah, 1 arrow per level. Yeah, I got 52 gold worth. And like if I'm just thinking out loud, Tattle's thinking out loud. If he needs more like gold value, he might try to like forage for like just valuable materials, like maybe some cool like wood that might have like, I don't know, some gold value to it until he can like get enough materials to like make up for the cost that he needs to spend to make a thing. More gingerbread cookies if you can. You can go find like a crystal, like maybe somewhere. Find like a 10 gold crystal and it counts for like 10 gold. Craft something. Doc got quiet. I'm worried.
Well, he sent you a picture.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was looking at pictures of slings and slingshots.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're cooking. Yeah, I'll make you a sling. I can't make any like actual +1 items. I don't have enough gold for it.
That's fine.
So yeah,
Not
it's just the
yet.
normal sling. Yeah.
This is where we realize, oh yeah, the artificer can make shit for us. Now we must go
Yeah.
murder hobo and get gold.
Or look for like just valuable items.
Mandy.
Yeah, I'm just watching it. I'm like, I'll repeat. Like, bonk.
Oh my god.
That's what.
Don't know
Doc
if I
Mom-
get quiet for a while. I'm waiting for y'all to see something.
I died inside.
See, I'm imagining that with Doc, but instead it just like wraps around his fucking horns and like beans him in the forehead.
Oh god. That's the worst case situation.
It's like, how the fuck did you manage to tangle yourself in your
I'll
own
spend the gold
sling?
for the,
I don't fucking
sling.
know.
That hurts to watch.
It's just so goofy. So goofy. 1 silver. So what's half of a silver? 5 copper worth. A sling is not that hard to make, Doc.
No.
What else do you want?
Uh,
I didn't break a sweat yet. Tattle's like, I didn't break a sweat yet.
Oh,
what
Tattle's
material?
showing off.
Yeah.
like, what material do you want to make the slingshot out of? Was that the question?
Yes.
Doc, like, scratched the back of his head. Well, I don't know, not glass, I guess. Don't want it to fucking shatter in my hand.
You know, if it did break, you can throw the glass like an improvised weapon in someone's eyes.
He looks at Tattle and just goes, "It'd be in my hand."
Collateral damage.
What part of I don't want to get close do you not understand,
Yeah.
Tuttle?
Look, if Tattle's like, whatever, scratches out his designs for a glass weapon.
What other, like, simple weapons? I mean,
A spear, sickle. Oh, and crossbow dart, short bow, sling. Yeah, that's all I got. All I got. I can make some like other gear if you want something like some caltrop.
Ooh.
Like you said something about acid. I mean, it is a little
drop
expensive,
drop
but I
some
can make.
caltrops in a fucking like glass vial and then slingshot them.
Whoa, that's a good
That
use.
that would be cool. That would be pretty fucking cool. Like caltrops or marbles. They're not
Mm-hmm.
marbles. Ball bearings. Ball
Mm-hmm.
bearings. Um. Ooh, what other nasty shit can you shove in a little slingshot pouch? Is there
Uh,
above table? Is there something like a blinding smoke screen powder that only hits one person?
we'd homebrew it.
I mean, there's probably some
'Cause,
potion like that that if it cracks open but it
Oh,
wouldn't be one person, it would be an area.
there's this ever
see, what I'm
smoking
thinking,
bottle, but
I'm
it's
trying to think
expensive.
of like effectively if you put a bunch of like powder or smoke or dust inside of a small
Sand.
pouch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
like
want to make an
basically sand.
improvised thing. We're trying to improvise it and just
Yeah.
be at Arwen's mercy. And
Doc doesn't need it. He doesn't need it to do a shit ton of damage, but he wants to be able to shoot sand into someone's eyes with his slingshot because
What would
so
be
that's
true.
got to be effective.
what would be fun is if you could somehow, because I still have this spray because it's or this spell because it is too Tory to get rid of, even though it's becoming less and less useful. Color spray. You could charge some shit up with a color spray spell and just like have it activate when you like have the thing crack on somebody's head. That would be
That'd
Mm,
be
so fun.
awesome. I love the idea of like you deal 1d4 damage and the person is covered in oil or they get sand in their eyes or like some other status effect. That is awesome. 10 out of 10. Big fan.
I'm wondering if like one way to like make this in the game, like instead of making a scroll, we just make it look like the thing you're gonna sling that like has that effect tied to the spell. So like yeah,
That would
color
be dope.
spray would be instead of a scroll, a color spray is like a potion of color spray or something.
I mean,
Or
it
something.
would make sense because there's potions of just about every type of spell out there. You go digging.
And it's in one of those little tiny Witcher style potion bottles, so it's round.
Oh my god, there's actually a quote unquote potion. I just started fucking around on D&D Beyond. There's a quote unquote potion of pocket sand.
No
Yeah.
way. No way. I gotta look it up. No way.
Just type
Potion?
it. Go to the manage inventory and type in pocket sand. I don't know if this is just homebrew from somebody that I have gotten connected to or what, but I love it.
Must be.
I want it though. I'm gonna add it to my homebrew.
Sounds like a bad idea forever. Whoever has to deal with it. Magic. I can't find it.
You don't click anything. You just like I just filtered by potion,
Yeah.
and it's the first thing that popped up: potion of pocket sand.
I don't see it.
Sha
It's
sha
okay.
sha.
And I'm gonna get some water real quick. You can make like a grocery list for me, and I'll figure out the math. Yeah, I'll get some water.
Mm.
What?
Okay.
I don't know where that came from. That wasn't me. Peanut Gallery says chalk. Like, hold on. Like chalk dust. Dust of sneezing and choking. That would be pretty cool.
Oh, and it could silence. Ooh, pepper.
There
Yep.
you go.
Pepper, chalk. Is pepper with chalk? The dust of sneezing and choking would be pretty cool.
Boy, I can't wait to go to sleep after this.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey. So,
Matt should be getting on soon.
cool. He needs a weapon.
I am starting to fall asleep, not gonna lie.
I mean,
Quick, somebody start some drama.
All the drama
There's
that
a
I could have started is gone.
Yup.
yeah.
resolution.
Unfortunately, I believe we have to progress the plot to unlock any further drama.
Yes. I'm going to progress. I'm going to progress the
Oh,
plot as soon as Matt gets here.
there's what's it called? There's the dust of sneezing and choking that we could make later. So let's get some gold.
Hello.
Hello.
Yay!
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I got something for Rex.
Yay!
I hope he likes it.
The fairies and the satyrs have just been hanging out at camp. They did some foraging, found some treats. Just letting Rex sleep in, but now Rex has begun to rustle awake.
What the hell is going on?
We are standing around being awkward.
And you probably will get hit with any backstory in just a minute. That big long text.
Oh,
Oh God.
Yeah.
But
Read at your
but-
leisure now.
while
I-
you're subject to that, Tattle gives you a gingerbread cookie, and then he casts enlarge on it.
Giant cookie.
I can't.
You got a cookie, a giant cookie. And Tattle's like, we found it in the woods. Actually, my little familiar baby found it, and Doc checked it. It's not magical. Someone left a perfectly good plate of cookies in the forest. Can you believe how lucky we are?
Not really.
They were so good. I hope you like it.
Rex is just staring at this thing like, I don't know how I feel about this above table.
I mean,
I have no fucking clue what's going on. I have had a shit day. I don't even know why I got on. So, what the hell is going on?
Not a lot, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
I'm about to start moving the plot forward.
Geez.
Okay, let's just do that and pretend I'm not here for longer.
No, I mean, you can be, you know. Okay, so as you all kind of proud Rex as he finally wakes up and sticks his head out of the tent and is just kind of presented with this cookie, and he's looking at you all really confused, and the silence breaks as you all hear this somber howl of multiple, it sounds like wolves, coming from not too far in the distance.
That's not good.
Wow. We should all hurry.
There goes a Matt. He heard the howls. Is like, nah, fuck this. I'm out.
He might have logged off because he's in a bad mood.
Oh.
Oh, I hope he feels better soon. But yeah, I feel that. I feel it.
I think we need to move the opposite direction of the house. Just saying.
Yes.
Zenny will
I couldn't
cast
agree
Pass
more.
Without a Trace on. Do you want Pass Without a Trace? Do we want to skedaddle quietly and?
Yep, that sounds like a good idea.
All right, let's do that. Oy. Okay, everybody. We're super sneaky now.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's the whole encounter then.
Wow.
We win. We win. We beat D&D.
To the tree.
God. That's
We
how I feel
will.
sometimes with my party. Like I hosted on Monday, and they were like, "We're just gonna go off the map," and I'm like, "That's fine. It's open world." But like that's what I had planned today, and I'm just like looking through my other notes, and I'm like, "There's other encounters. It's just more tough, and I didn't prep it more, but I can improvise." But jeez. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
You expected
you
us to do
decide-
anything
if you
else,
just-
Arwen? We hear howls, we run away.
I said they were somber howls, not like.
Oh, then I would not. I did not hear that. Then
I
I
didn't
will
hear
take back
somber.
the Pass Without a Trace.
Yeah, I only heard howl.
Yeah, I heard howls in the distance, and I was like, oh. So, I take it back because I did not hear somber. Unless we want to pass without a trace up on these somber wolves.
I mean, that might honestly be a good idea,
That's the
just in
move.
case.
True. Okay, then we will pass without a trace to the somber wolves.
If once you are, you have to head in that direction, but once you're, and you see, the off in the distance, about 60 feet away from you, there is 6 blink dogs, and they're
Puppy.
not paying attention to anything except they are circled around a hole dug into the ground.
How big is this hole?
It's about dog size.
Oh,
Huh.
And if you decide to continue watching just from afar, they don't notice you. They continue with their ritual, covering what you assume is the dead body of one of their comrades with dirt. And then they begin to, one by one, walk by and solemnly place gifts for their deceased companion on the grave.
Oh.
And after the gifts are given, they all gather around again and howl again.
Zenny will look at the blink dogs and that flower that Tori grew, she kept. I don't know if Zenny knows anything about a blink dog.
Wait, what did you say?
I said I don't know if Zenny knows anything about a blink dog, but she has that flower that Tori gave her. And she's going to quietly walk up, but with her other hand up. And just kind of stand back, like approach them, but not close enough to where they think that maybe she's going to do anything. She just stands there for a second, letting her presence kind of be known, but also known as it's not a threat. Like she's standing back with the little flower in her hand.
Yeah, the blink dogs they are not really concerned. They look towards you, and um, one of them kind of narrows its eyes, and in your head you hear, in Sylvan, "Did you know her?"
Sylvan, okay. Out loud in Sylvan, she'll say, "No, but I would like to pay my respects for your loss."
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Zinni will walk
I
up and put the flower over where they put their little offerings, and then kind of step back to give them their time.
I don't see satyrs around here very often. What brings you to this area?
Uh, we're we lost some things and are looking to try to get them back.
I see. Anything to do with Granny Nightshade?
Um, Zenny will turn around and look at all y'all because I figure y'all speak Sylvan too, so it's not like you can't hear what she just said. Um, Granny Nightshade. Yeah, I reckon we do need to pay a visit that way. Um, I think she is maybe got some things that
Yes, she's responsible for many lost things and dead things here.
is she responsible for what happened here?
She kind of sighs and she's like, I suppose you could say that. The realm is slowly dying, and as the realm dies, so do those of the realm.
I'm very sad to hear. And she'll kind of whisper, say, "Y'all aren't really, no connection with her, or
No, gods, no. Nobody here really likes her except for the goblins. They made alliances with her out of survival, and I understand, but
mm. But I don't believe, considering what um, we're going to be needing to do, but she's not going to be a friend to us either."
well, then let me give you a few words of advice. If you're headed to Loomlurch, beware of the scarecrows planted in her garden. They scream loudly if they spot intruders.
Here grows. Okay.
And be on the lookout for clockwork sparrows. She uses them to communicate with her wicked sisters.
Scarecrows. Zenny will repeat what she's saying out loud so the others can hear. Scarecrows and what was the other thing?
Clockwork sparrows.
Clockwork sparrows. Well, we much appreciate it. And is there anything that we can do for y'all? Is anybody hurt or?
No, you've done enough by just being kind and respectful of our ceremony.
Well,
Best of luck to you, young satyr.
well, you two. My name's Zenny. If y'all ever need anything, um, I'd be happy to help.
She nods her head and gets up, and her and the rest of the blink dogs begin loping away.
Zenny will turn back to the rest.
Like, I assume you didn't translate any of that.
Oh, I said I would. I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
I repeated everything out loud and then answered.
Seems like we need to get this handled sooner rather than later if things are starting to die off here.
I agree. But y'all heard about the scarecrows and the clockwork sparrows. So at least we know to be out kind of on the lookout for those things. I'm sure there's more. But maybe we will know more.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we can find one of these clockwork sparrows. If we could capture it and, well, maybe I can enchant it or something. Make it work for us.
Can you make a net? I don't know how big these clockwork sparrows are, but
Well, I'd be looking kind of crazy if it was like a giant clockwork sparrow.
true. But I'm just saying, I don't know if it's like a butterfly net or if it's like a fishing net.
You know, I'll make a net and just try my luck to try and wrangle a little bird if I see one. Actually, can Tattle like he was bird watching earlier? Can he like recall if he saw any like clockwork
Oh,
critters?
I think if you would have saw them, you would have
It would have
known.
stood out.
It would
Okay.
have been definitely stood out. Also, this is information I didn't even have until now, so
Cool.
if you'd
Okay.
like to roll occasional perception checks for them, that's fine. But yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap up here as you all continue to make your way towards Little Oak.
Okay.
So, assuming we arrive, that the next session will be in Little Oak.
It'll be the last trip, the last leg of your journey there, and then yes.
Okay.